what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, won't see it now.
Hey guys, Nick here with Navigating Serenity, and today I wanted to talk to you about kayaks. More particularly, my kayak, which happens to be a Pakayak. Now I went with the Pakayak because it suits my lifestyle. It is a very good kayak in the fact that it is very portable. Now, given that you are going to lose some performance due to that portability, it's also said that this is a heavy kayak, but honestly when you look at comparable sea kayaks, most of them seem to be around that 55-60 pound range anyways, so this one's actually not so bad in my opinion. Because of the way the Pakayak fits together, it has a very big, very roomy cockpit. One area where this is lacking performance is thigh braces. Now Pakayak does offer their own foam insert thigh brace, and it just simply velcros inside the kayak, and it does work, but it's not very well. So what I did was I found a part from another kayak. So this is a thigh brace from Pyranha. They have a couple different versions of this, but this seemed to be the most compact. That way I can mount it inside the kayak and still be able to stack the kayak pieces together. So the way I mounted this to the kayak was, as you can see, there's already a set of holes in here. I used those holes with the little flag nut they give you, and I used that to mount it to the inside of the coaming. I also drilled my own hole, and what I did was I lined it up with this stud, and then I took my flag nut and I set it on top and used that to measure my hole. There's a structural piece on the inside here that you have to trim down, and that way you can take the other flag nut and slide it right inside and use it to bolt through. The reason I went with this area was I wanted a bolt towards the back and I wanted one towards the front, but also I wanted all of this thicker structural plastic to be able to screw the bolt through. Next thing you have to do is you got to sit in the kayak and you line this up with the edge of the inside of the coaming, and you kind of position it to where you want it, where it feels most comfortable on your legs, and that's where you're going to want to screw it in. So let me show you the measurements I came up with, though it might be different for your kayak. So in hole section number 4, basically what I did was I measured back from the edge of the coaming now this is the inside edge, not the lip, but the inside edge. And as you can see, it's about 6 3/4 where I put my first screw. And what I did was I could move this however was most comfortable for me. For me, it was using this second hole. Then all I did was measure the distance between the hole that I ended up using and then the other hole that I drilled. As you can see, these holes aren't lined up to kind of go at an angle. Part of the reason for that angle was not only to get this to fit in here and have the screw hole line up. The other reason for that was I found having this at a slight bit of angle, for me at least, was more comfortable. Now you can come down from the edge of the lip here and measure your holes. It's about 3/4 and 3/4. Now when you find a drill bit, you're going to want to find a drill bit that is just a little bit smaller than this screw, so when you screw it through the plastic, it has a nice and tight fit that'll help keep water from being able to get through there. So as you can see, you have 2 bolts right there in your coaming, but they shouldn't interfere with your spray skirt at all. The other nice thing about these thigh braces is this ratchet, which is for the seat strap, which you can also order. And that just makes it so while you're out on the water in the kayak, you can simply adjust your seat back. If it's too far back, if it's too far forward, you can just press that, release it. So it's a really nice setup, and I think it's a really good improvement for this kayak. Alright guys, so when I'm putting my kayak back together, I'm stacking it, there's a couple things I've got to do because of the new thigh braces. For one, I have these clips for my GearLab deck pod, so I got to move those up and out of the way. Then when I slide piece number 4 down over piece number 2 here, you got these deck line hooks. You have to kind of spread the front and slide the thigh braces in over the top of them. And there you go guys, just one more thing to make the ultimate kayak a little bit more ultimate. Now, these thigh braces will not be for everybody, but for me, I think it was a drastic improvement. The kayak handles pretty well. It does have good performance, but now it has even better performance. Thank you for watching.